Okay, good. So tonight we are going to practice IELTS speaking part 3, yeah? IELTS speaking part 3, and welcome to this class, Mr. Chandra, yeah? So for the new members, perhaps you have already understood the mechanism for the IELTS speaking part 3 practice session, yeah? You will be given several questions and then you will answer afterwards, yeah? And as usual, I will provide you with two choices, yeah? First, you can ask me to read the questions and you can just answer it directly. Or the second option, you can also ask me to give you a hint of the questions, yeah, by sending the list in the chat box, yeah. So just choose the option that fits your needs, yeah, which is the first or the second one. That is up to you. Okay. Yeah, Miss Olivia.
The second choice.
Yes, the second choice. You would like to go for the second choice, Miss Olivia, or do you want me explain again?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, okay. So I will send the list of questions first in the chat box so you can see or try to understand the questions before answering it. So that's the difference is that for the first option, I will just read it. So you will answer without seeing the questions. But for the second one, you will have some time to read and understand the questions. Have I answered your question, Miss Olivia? Hello?
I choose the first one.
Okay, the first one. Okay, thank you so much, Miss Olivia, and welcome to this class, yeah, Mr. Ipin. Okay, hello, Mr. Ipin. Okay, if I'm not mistaken, the first participant come to this class is Mr. Bobby, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
We can record this this event, this recording.
Oh yeah, of course. I have
Yeah.
already started recording the class, and after this class ends, I will share the video, yeah, the recorded video in our Telegram group. So don't worry about it. Thank you so much for reminding me, yeah, Mr. Bobby. Okay, so would you like to go for the first choice or the second one?
I'm just the first one.
Okay, good. Okay, we are going to talk about pets and animals, yeah, Mr. Bobby? Okay, oh yeah, before giving the questions to Mr. Bobby and also other participants, please be notified that I might not looking at you, yeah, when you are answering the questions because I will take some notes, yeah, for the feedback, for the personal feedback. And welcome to this. Welcome to this class, Miss Anna, ya. Halo, Miss Anna. Okay, thank you. So let's.
Ya, Miss, kok itu ada mukanya. Caranya.
Sorry, Miss Anna, I'm going to mute your voice first. Is it all right? Oh,
Okay.
Oh, okay. Thank you so much, Miss Anna, ya. Okay, let's go back to Mr. Bobby. Okay, Mr. Bobby, are you ready?
Yes, of course.
Okay.
Please.
Okay, good. So the first question for you, yeah. Mr. Bobby, what effects do you think humans have on wild animals?
Okay, can you explain the question, please?
So there are some effects that humans can bring to the wild animals, yeah? So please explain the effect that we might do or we might bring to the animals that live in the wildlife.
Human to the animals, the wild animals. Okay.
Yeah, great, correct.
Yeah. Well, let me see the of course, I think the human doing in the earth can be impact and can be effect to the wild animal. It's because all the wild animals, for example, elephant or the maybe a crocodile, is the so have ini expensive thing of if we can the human get it and sold it in the market. For example, is skin of the crocodile, and it's so expensive, if the manufacturer take it and then produce a bag or shoes, it will be make the animal will be in will destroy the habitat and community of wild animal.
You, Mr. Bobby. The second one, I will give each participant three questions. The second one, what measures could we take to protect wildlife? I'm sorry, I will repeat the question again. Yeah, what measures could we take to protect wildlife?
Okay, yeah, well, I agree with I think the first of all, there's number of ways to protect the wild animal. First of all, I think we have to looking for the alternative for making the production of the bag. For example, is we use acrylic to make as the alternative in elephant, or maybe use others thing to replace of the with animal thing. Okay.
Okay. Would you like to continue, or do you want to change the question?
Change the question.
Okay, good. The last one, yeah, Mr. Bobby. Wait. So, is it the responsibility of schools to teach children about protecting wildlife?
You know that our system, our political government system, sometimes is a fulfill of the human or people or leader who not aware about the environment. And then I think education is to be one alternative effectively to solve them. It's because we want to revolutionary of this system. Education is the best choice. It's because with the education, when we teach the student about the awareness in the protect the environment and habitat of wildlife, I think it makes it is the candidate of the leader, candidate of our government leader and government officer can be smart and then be wise to protect our life. I think.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, yeah, Mr. Bobby, for answering the question. So I will provide you with suggestion as well as feedback. Yeah. Wait. Okay. Okay. So first, from fluency as well as coherence, I think even though you are able to speak at length by stating the answer, and then you also provide explanation about your answers. Yeah. Not only that, you can also provide some examples. Yeah. You use, for example, blah blah blah, some expression like that. You can also vary the expression by saying, for instance, yeah, or you can also including such as blah 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 in your sentence. Yeah, so you can use other various expression to identify the examples. Yeah, to be able to make your sentences not repetitive. And yeah, unfortunately, you showed some self-hesitation, perhaps because you are not familiar with the topic. You tend to use some fillers and also take some pauses before continuing to answer the question. Yeah, I think perhaps you need to reduce the fillers and also the pauses. Yeah, Mr. Bobby. And for lexical resource, very good, Mr. Because you use some words that are relevant with the topic. Yeah, you use destroy, habitat. Yeah, community of the animals. Yeah. Actually, you can just use habitat, community. Maybe if it comes to animals, it will be much better to use herds, kawanan, yeah, kawanan. And what is it? When you were mentioning about elephant, did you mean to say about the ivory? I mean, when you want to change the materials with acrylic, is that so?
Actually, I want to synthetic, but I forget that,
Oh,
and then I
yeah.
change to acrylic.
Oh, I see. Oh, yeah. Okay, it's okay. Actually, in IELTS speaking test, you will not be examined from the substance or the materials that you are saying. Yeah, the emphasis of the assessment will be about your ability to speak. Yeah, so it's okay, Mr. Bobby. Yeah, and for lexical resources, you also use some adverbs. Yeah, for example, like effectively. Yeah, very good. Instead of saying revolution, because revolution is unknown. Yeah, of course, you need to use some verb before, some, for example, create revolution or encourage revolution, and some words that you can also use when speaking about animal protection is raise awareness, or animal welfare issues, or for example, you can also use some idiomatic expression like government work hand in hand with the local community to help protecting animal with life in Africa, for example, like that, work hand in hand, or go hand in hand. That's one of example of idioms that you can use. For grammatical accuracy and grammatical range, you successfully use simple sentence, compound, complex sentence by using because. You can also use since or as, and you also use models or hedging if clauses, but I'm afraid you need to add some grammatical structures, such as passive voice, idiomatic expression, and question, Mr. Bobby, question, rhetorical questions. For pronunciation, I think it's okay, even though you sometimes show the hesitation and correct it yourself every now and then, but it's okay, it's fine, Mr. Bobby. Please do your best to try to pronounce the words more correctly and clearly, for the next performance. Thank you so much, Mr. Bobby.
Thank you for your feedback, Ms. Irsa.
Yeah, you're most welcome, sir. Okay, Mr. Bobby has answered the question. If I'm not mistaken, the second participant that who come to discuss is Mr. Anam, Mr. Anam, okay.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, good. Okay, Mr. Anam, we will have some questions about photograph. Yeah. Okay, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, good. Mr. Anam, what do you think about photography as a career?
Okay. Thanks for the question. As far as I know, the photography is one of the best career in this era, because in the era many people use social media and much advertising through video or picture and others. So the photography have a important role in the environment, because they can visualize about the evidence, or describe about the or have narration about the experience. And I think that people prefer to picture or photography that writing. I think so.
Okay, good. Thank you. The second question for you, yeah, Mr. Anam. Read. What are the advantages of taking pictures using a mobile phone compared to a manual camera?
Okay. As far as I know, the mobile phone mobile phone have more advantage than manual camera because the mobile phone like a private assistant, personal assistant in my life, in our life, because when people use a mobile phone, I think that all people in the modern era use a mobile phone, and when we use a mobile phone, we can save and transfer output of picture that we pick, we take in real time. I think that it is not be done in the in compare with manual camera. So for me, mobile phone is more flexible and more real time to get a picture than a manual camera.
Okay, good. Thank you. The last one, yeah, for you, the last question. Mr. Anam, what are the improvements the latest technology has brought in photography?
The photography is art or performance to describe about the evidence or the reality with a picture. So the improvement of photography, I think the technology will enhance, or we enhance the pixel maybe. So when the camera can when camera have more pixel than before, they can capture object in the long area.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Mr. Anam. Yeah, that's the end
yeah.
of your answers, yeah, with regards to photography. So please allow me to provide you with some feedback as well as suggestions. Yeah, I usually use IELTS band descriptors, the 4 criteria, to provide the participants with some tips, maybe not tips, but recommendations. Yeah, first from fluency as well as coherence. I think, yeah, you are able to speak at length. Yeah, even though with noticeable efforts, yes sir, because you take some pauses and you also use some fillers. When you were thinking about the exact words or the appropriate terms to describe your opinions, you can also use some expression like, let me think about it, or what is the English word for that? Yeah, please don't use Indonesian word, yeah, like apa. Yeah, but it's okay. Maybe you can use what is it, yeah, something like that. Yeah, use English, yeah, please continue speaking in English, yeah. And for coherence, aside from using and or then, you can also use some connectives, yeah, to bridge the idea. For example, you can use on top of that, besides, yeah, in addition to the quality of or resolution that was provided by the camera, for example, blah blah blah, yeah. So you can use connectives, yeah, to enhance your fluency as well as coherence as core, yeah. And for lexical resource, well done, Mr. Anam, because you managed to use some words that are related to the topic, yeah. You use narration, and then you also use what is it, flexible, enhance, yeah, good. When you were speaking about the quality, yeah, the quality of the pictures, yeah, maybe you can also use resolution, yeah, because that is the term that is appropriate when we are talking about photography or camera, yeah, in general. And I noticed that you corrected yourself several times, yeah, when you use visual, and then you corrected yourself right away by saying visualize. Good, that's good, yeah. But please remember, yeah, guys, yeah, it's also for other participants. Please only correct yourself when you know how to correct your mistakes. But if you are not sure about whether you are not sure about how to correct yourself, just let it be. I mean, just keep continuing your response, yeah. But in this case, yeah, Mr. Anam managed to correct himself, yeah, with when it comes to visual, yeah. He said visualize afterwards, and when you said about pick, yeah, you corrected yourself afterwards by saying take, yeah, take pictures. Good. Instead of saying use, you can also use utilize, yeah, or take advantage of camera to take pictures, for example. Okay. When you say, oh, in comparison to, yeah, sir, yeah, in comparison to, or you can also say compared to what we used to do with a manual camera, yeah. Okay, good. For grammatical accuracy and grammatical range, you successfully spoke using simple, compound, complex sentences, and you also use modal several times, yeah, can, will, good. And I'm not sure whether you use passive voice. Haven't you used passive voice in your responses, Mr. Ano?
Oh, not yet.
Not
No.
yet. Okay, it's okay. So for your area of improvement, please add if clauses. Yeah, sir. Maybe you might want to take notes of it. If clause, passive voice, idioms. Yeah, idioms, and question or rhetorical question. Yeah, to be able to grab the attention of the examiner. And for pronunciation, I think, yeah, you corrected yourself several times, which is fine, and it is actually acceptable, but please try to reduce the self-correction, yeah, as much as possible. And also, you can also try to listen to the native speaker, yes, sir, yeah, to be able to understand or learn how they pronounce the words, how they use intonation or some expression when they are speaking, okay? Okay, that's my feedback for you, Mr. Anam. Thank you so much, yeah? Okay, Mr. Anam. After Mr. Anam, if I'm not mistaken, Miss Olivia, yeah? Miss Olivia. Hello, Miss Olivia.
Miss,
Hello, Miss
Hi.
Olivia. Could you
on my
please?
video.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Please go ahead. Oh yeah, Miss Olivia, if I'm allowed to ask some requests, I mean to ask you, could you please speak louder? Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Miss Olivia. Oh yeah, guys, please pay attention to your friends, yeah, because by listening to your friends, you can also try to enhance your listening skill. Aside from that, you can also try to acquire new words and expression from your friend, okay? Okay, let's go to Miss Olivia. So the question will be related to plants, yeah, Miss Olivia, plants, tumbuhan, ya. Okay, Miss Olivia, what do you think is the most important plant in your country?
The most important plant is my country. I'm not quite say what there. But I think it's the most important plant in our country. It will be I think sunflower maybe, because that sunflower. I think our country is like we don't have sunflower very much. Like sunflower, it's kind of hard to in our country. It is a little bit sunflower here, but I think it's interesting if we can put sunflower in our country, and I think sunflower is so beautiful. So I think sunflower is the most important plant for our country.
Okay, good. Thank you, Miss Olivia. The second question for you. So Miss Olivia, do you want to become a farmer in the future?
That's interesting question, because actually I live in village, and yeah, I ever thought about that, and I think yeah, maybe because I don't know what is my future would be like. So maybe I can be firm one for my future, or it's like maybe I can be farmer, or I will be put my 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 own sunflower in my garden, maybe. Who knows? I think it will be great.
Okay, good. Thank you. The last one, yeah, the last question for you. How do schools teach students to grow plants?
I think there is important things to do. So we have to the teachers should teach their student. It's like from the first year, so the student can like love their environment, and the student will like care about our environment and about our plants, because that is important for our environment. So it have to.
Okay, I'm sorry. I think I don't know why, but I can't hear the last sentences. I mean, I don't know.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. My personal conclusion would be
Oh
like,
yeah. Okay.
the teachers should like teach their student from the first year, so their student can love their environment and love to go to the garden instead of like go to the mall, because yeah, there's more important to do.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for repeating your answers again. Yeah, I don't know, maybe due to the internet connection, but I lost your voice in the end of what is
Yeah.
it, your responses. Yeah, but thank you so much. Yeah, Miss Olivia. Okay. So first, from fluency as well as coherence, well, I think it takes you some time, yeah, to be able to arrange the ideas and opinions, but it's okay. Maybe this is because this is your first time, yeah, attending the speaking class, and this is also your first time answering question in IELTS speaking part 3, so it's okay, it's understandable. You can follow the rules, or maybe not rules, yeah, but like some structures that was given by Mr. Eddie, yeah, in Telegram group. First, you can provide the answer or statement, yeah, answer a statement, and then follow it with reason, in example, and then conclusion, yeah. Actually, in the end, for the third question, especially, specifically, you already followed this rule, which is very good. You can also try to follow this rule of thumb in the next performance, yeah, Miss Olivia. And for fluency as well as coherence, I think maybe as time passed by, in the first and the second question, you seemed to be hesitant about your answers, but in the last one, you seem to be more confident, yeah, to answer the question. So I guess it has something to do with the frequency of practice. So please continue practicing, yeah, either on your own or in the class with other participants. For lexical resource, good, Miss Olivia, because you use garden, yeah, teach first year, good. That's a good way to combine, yeah, to knowns. And environment, instead of repeating the same word, you can also paraphrase the word, yeah, by using synonyms. For example, surroundings, yeah, surroundings, or to be when you said about care about, yeah, care about mother nature, yeah, so environment, surroundings, or mother nature. And when you said about instead of blah blah blah, yeah, instead of, it needs to be followed by verb ing or Jalan, yeah. Instead of going to shopping, I mean going to a department store, for example, yeah, you need to use verb ing. Okay, for grammatical accuracy and grammatical range, well done, because you use simple sentence, yeah, compound sentence by using but, so, yeah, and complex because you use because, yeah, because, yeah. You can also vary the conjunction using as, since, due to, or the reason why blah 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 is blah blah blah, yeah, you can use that. And you also use modals or hedging by saying can, will, yeah, good. For the area of improvement, you please add if clauses, yeah, Miss Olivia, if clauses, passive voice, And then idiomatic expression and questions, yeah, questions, Miss Olivia. For pronunciation, I think very good, Miss Olivia, because the way you pronounce the word is actually very clear. Maybe it's only what is it? It's only related to your vocabulary. I think by the time as the time passed by, you will be able to acquire new words and also speak using various terms. Yeah. Thank you so much, Miss Olivia. Do you have any question with regards to the feedback?
No, it's okay. I just think like my vocabulary. I just think about that.
Okay, good. Thank you so
Thank
much.
you, Miss.
Yeah, you're most welcome, Miss Olivia. Yeah, Miss Olivia. Okay, Miss Olivia has answered the question, and then sorry, I forgot the order. Yeah, Mr. Bobby. If I'm not mistaken, Mr. Chandra. Yeah, yeah, Mr. Chandra, Mr. Arifin, and Miss Hannah. Yeah. Okay, Mr. Chandra. Hello.
Yes, Miss.
Okay, good. Thank you so much for turning on your video, Mr. Chandra. Okay, I will take a look at the questions for you. Oh, okay. So the question will be about politeness. Politeness, yeah? Okay. So, Mr. Chandra, are Indonesian people becoming politer compared to the past?
In my opinion, we look condition right now, especially when we use social media and the other platforms with online. I suppose we have a degradation of our character, so we need to apply like TOPIK and subjects we say about moral character. So because it is very good for us to cascade knowledge of the moral. I suppose we need to consider all of the subject as compulsory for our students in this era because we find degradation of the character. We find when we look in modern city, especially when they understand about a mobile phone or a sophisticated technology, forgot they forget about their parents or their relative to make conversation face to face. They just focus with their mobile technology. I suppose like that. And the others, it is about uh, parents cannot manage well all of their family members. They just give some state and art facilities. That's why many children become lazy or not quite good in discipline. But we talk about long time ago, we face many regulation in our home. For example, when I was a child, if I had a mistake, I got several punishments from my mothers, from my mother. That's why I should obey all of the instruction from my mother.
Okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Chandra. The second question for you. How do people show politeness in their daily interaction with others?
Yes, the first of all, we need to learn from our house. We talk one another in family members first how to tell our greeting when we talk to our parents with mother, father, or Mr. or Mrs. It is polite to tell some greetings with good addresses. And the second, we should learn about how to speak with good intonation because if we talk about high intonation, I think some per- act- perspective from our recipient of our conversation will underestimate or something wrong with us when we talk high tone. We need to consider how to speak well and good or appropriate words when we talk. And talking about older people, we should respect with several uh, many circumstances. Although we are a boss, we have a staff older than me or us, we should respect them.
Sorry, I forgot to unmute my voice. Wait. Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Chandra. The last one for you, yeah. What are the uncivilized manners on public transportation that you have seen?
Could you please repeat, Miss?
Okay, good. What are the uncivilized manners on public transportation that you have seen?
Uncivilized.
Yeah, people being impolite. So this is the antonym of a polite, being polite.
When we go to somewhere with public transportation, such as a bus or train, I suppose we can find trouble in our journey, especially crowded people can disturb us. So how to control it? We need to understand we cannot to control them because the situation. But if the regulation from the public transportation having a good manner, how to manage all of the passengers, I suppose it can be solved. So we need to understand the situation, the circumstances when we go to the terminal or some station. We should understand if we have a good regulation to manage with good fee of the passenger when they come in and come out or get in or get out. I suppose uh, government or public servant can manage and we can avoid the trouble of unpoliteness from the other passengers or the other societies when they bring their family members when they just give some greetings they uh, when they give some farewell to or some give like the last meeting in the station when because sometimes we remember many people from family want to drop their family member drop out family member to the station. Sometimes their family members want to be first for uh, their children or their uncle and the others or their mother. That's why if we have a good regulation in the station and in the public transportation, like right now, we use protocol or protocol, and we have this distance in the bus and public train. I suppose we can avoid all of the trouble or unpoliteness. Thank you.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, Mr. Chandra. Yeah. Okay, so that's the answer from Mr. Chandra about politeness. Yeah. Okay, good. Please allow me to provide you with some feedback as well as suggestion. Yeah. First, from fluency as well as coherence, I think you have no problems in speaking at length. Yeah, because you seem to have no problems at all when you are explaining about the statement or answers to each question that was given to you, which is very good. For coherence, I think it is very acceptable, and I think this is a good example for other participants as well. Yeah, for me as well. Yeah, when you say about talking about blah, 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 that's a good way to refer to your previous statement, yeah? You can also say or express by saying, speaking about blah, 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 yeah? That's also a good way to refer to your previous statement or to bridge one idea to another. So yes, good, yeah, for fluency as well as coherence. I think it is very, what is it? I think one of the ways that Mr. Chandra managed to show to us is that we need to keep calm. We need to keep our composure, yeah, to be able to speak at length. Because if for your information, in the real task, we will be taking the task within 15 minutes, and it will be wearing for us. It will be tiring for us to answering question from the examiner. That way, please reduce the speed of your speaking, yeah, guys, just like Mr. Chandra did. By saying or by answering the question calmly, it will keep our stamina to be able to keep up with the questions given by the examiner. So yeah, well done, yeah, Mr. Chandra, and thank you so much for showing a good example to us. For lexical resource, I think this is one of your strengths. Yeah, I have already mentioned this several times because it is very clear and obvious that you are able to use a lot of words and terms, yeah, that are relevant with the topic. Some of the words that I might want to mention, yeah, maybe other participants also can take notes of this, like degradation, very good, degradation, compulsory, yeah, circumstance, sophisticated, yeah, and then regulation, obey, yeah, should obey, good. And passengers, very good. This is a term that is relevant to transportation, yeah, when you answer the last question, yeah, about uncivilized manners in public transportation. For grammatical accuracy and range, you manage to use simple, compound, complex sentences, and then you also use modals. If close and passive voice, you only need to add idiomatic expression, yeah, Mr. Chandra, and question and idioms, yeah. And for pronunciation, I think, yeah, even though sometimes you were hesitant to pronounce some words, but I think it's okay because your way of pronounce the words are clear, yeah. I just want to add some words for you, yeah, Mr. Chandra. When you said about Mr., Mrs., yeah, that can be called honorifics titles, honorifics, yeah, speaking using honorifics. And then when you said about crowded, crowded is referring to place. So it is a crowded place, yeah? Crowded place, not crowded people, yeah? But it's okay. And maybe this is just misslip or misspelling. When you said about call, you mentioned call, yeah? But yeah, it's okay. Maybe because you were concentrating on arranging the ideas, yeah? You forgot to pronounce call, yeah? Call. Okay. But it's okay. I think overall you are doing a very good job there, yeah, Mr. Chandra. Thank you so much. Well done. Yeah, well done, Mr. Chandra. Yeah, okay, good. Thank you, Mr. Chandra. Okay, the next speaker will be Mr. Ipin, yeah, or Miss Anna. Mr. Ipin first, yeah, okay. Oh, good. Thank you so much, Mr. Ipin, for turning on your video. Okay. Wait, sorry, I still load the question. Wait. There, yeah, sir.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, are you ready, Mr. Ipin?
So we're talking about
Reading.
okay.
Oh, sorry. This is punctual, sir. About punctual.
Punctual. Okay.
Punctual. Okay. So yeah, Mr. Ipin, can you describe yourself as a punctual person?
Well, as a punctual person, if we have appointment to another people or my friend, we going to place with on time without any reason or to cancel the appointment. Last time I have appointment with my best friend to meet, come to their house to watching movie together. So I think that's a punctual person.
Cool. Thank you, Mr. Ipin. Okay, the second question for you. How do you feel when people keep you waiting?
Well, when I wait someone and keep waiting to more in a few hours, I feel sad and I feel decrease my mood booster. But if my friend to say before if they cancel the appointment and I have to cancel and not to waiting too long for a few moments. So that's why if I waiting too long, I feel sad or angry sometimes.
Okay, good. The last one, yeah, Mr. Ipin. How can modern technology help people arrive early?
Well, the modern technology to people, the advantage is we can use a digital map. I mean, if you want to going to some destination, and you can use the digital map to your destination, and it helps to you to be it helps to you to arrive to your circumstance or place or destination.
Okay, good. Thank you so much, yeah, Mr. Ipin. Okay, so that's the end of the practice session, yeah, for Mr. Ipin about punctual or being on time, yeah. So first from fluency as well as coherence, yeah, Mr. Ipin, I think you managed to show the good improvement compared to the previous performance, yeah. Usually you attended my class in the IELTS speaking part 2, but this is actually the first time where I watch your performance in the third part of the speaking task, yeah. Okay, which is a new experience to me as well. Okay, so for fluency as well as coherence, good, yeah, Mr. Ipin. You only need to make it longer. I mean, answer it with longer answers, yeah, because you tend to show confidence when answering the question, which is very good. You just need to elaborate more. First, of course, yeah, by saying the answer or statement. When you were asked about the first question, yeah, I will repeat the first question again. Can you describe yourself as a punctual person? You can answer it directly by saying, for example, yes, I can call myself as a person who will arrive on time, or who will keep my promises to be on time when I make some appointment with my friends, for example, like that. Yeah. So please use statement by saying a direct answer to the question first, yeah, and then you will follow it with reasons, yeah, reason, don't forget, and then example and conclusion, yeah. So by following those rules or structures, you will be able to expand your ideas or opinions. Okay, so for lexical resource, very good, Mr. Ipin, because you use appointment. Yeah, good.
Okay.
Yeah, and also you use cancel, yeah, some verbs, yeah. And when you said about decrease mood, it's okay, but actually the booster can be eliminated from your expression here. So you can say decrease your mood, or you can say also it makes me have a bad mood, yeah, it's okay. And if I'm not mistaken, you corrected yourself about when you were saying about place, and then you corrected yourself right away by saying destination, yeah, it's okay, it's acceptable, because I think the correction that you made is correct, I mean it's right, yeah. So yeah, that's fine, yeah. And what is it? For grammatical accuracy and grammatical range, you use simple sentence, compound, modals, and if clauses. But I'm not sure whether you have used complex sentences. Did you use complex sentences?
I not remind.
Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. It's okay. Actually, you can combine your words, yeah, because you were already able to provide us with several sentences, yeah, when answering each question. You can use, oh yeah, it's okay, Mr. Chandra. Okay, due to the low battery. Okay. It's okay, Mr. Chandra. So you can use conjunction like because, yeah, or if you were saying about contradicting or conflicting ideas, you can say even though, also, yeah. Please use those conjunction, yeah, because complex sentences is one of the structures that you need to show or to use in your responses to be able to obtain band 7 or more, yeah. So yeah, please use complex sentences, yeah, Mr. Ipin. And then please use passive voice, idioms, and question. For pronunciation, I think, yeah, it's good, yeah. I think I can understand the way you use the words and you articulate the sentences, yeah. Please enrich your vocabulary, yeah, sir, for the next or for the upcoming performance. Okay, good, Mr. Ipin. It's good to see you in the IELTS speaking part 3 practice session.
Thank you,
Thank you.
Miss.
Yeah, you're most welcome, Mr. Ipin. Okay, the next one is Miss Anna. Hello, Miss Anna.
Hello, Miss.
Miss
Sorry,
Anna,
I can on my camera, Miss.
it's
Because
okay.
there's a my camera is breakdown, so it's cannot.
Okay, it's okay, Miss Anna. But Miss Anna, I'm afraid that we are running out of the time. Maybe I will give you one question. Is it all right? Because I'm afraid if I give you 3 questions, I will not be able to provide you with some suggestions. Is it all right?
Okay. Okay.
I'm so sorry, yeah, Miss Anna, yeah. Okay, so we are going to talk about restaurant, yeah, Miss Anna, yeah. Okay, Miss Anna, why do you think people go to restaurants when they want to celebrate something?
Cooking is not my cup of tea. Do you have the same hobbies like me? Do you have same unlikely job like me? So
I'm sorry, Miss Anna. Hello, Miss Anna. Sorry, Miss Anna. I think due to the internet connection problems, there are some lagging. I mean, there are
okay. Yes.
There are some, what is it, like noises. Your voice become like that. I don't know.
Okay. It's okay.
Could you please repeat the answers again, Miss Anna? Sorry.
Okay. Since cooking is not my cup of tea, do you have some unlikely job like me? So I usually come to the restaurant or take a delivery from the restaurant to give my child some food to, especially for the new restaurant, which is opened to try a new food, which is and to try the food, especially for Italian food or traditional food, and also I also have what is a favorite restaurant, like which is in front of my house, which is sold about the restaurant sold the Italian food like pasta, spaghetti, or something like that. Is, you know, restaurant, I think it's really help for me as a mother, especially as a working mother. Which is tends not to cooking as soon as possible. And then, as you know, as a working mother, I can't do an Italian job. So there's serve the food from the restaurant is I can speak it a routine activity for me. Thank you, Miss.
Okay, thank you, Miss Anna. Miss Anna, if you don't mind, if you want to answer more question, I will also send you by private chat message. Yeah, you can also record your voice if you want. Yeah, of course, if you don't mind, I will also provide you with feedback. Yeah, with appropriate feedback. Okay, so I will just give you a short feedback. Yeah, for now because we are running out of time. I apologize for that. Okay, for fluency as well as coherence, good, Miss Anna, well done, because you managed to show us the improvement, yeah, by being able to speak at length. Yeah, very good, Miss Anna. Yeah, even though there are some technical problems due to the internet connection problem that made your voices echoing, ya, echoing. Jadi kayak menggema gitu, Miss Anna. I'm so sorry for that. What is it? Sometimes I lost some explanation that you mentioned in your responses, but it's okay because I still catch some of the words as well as the sentences that you spoke here before. So yeah, for fluency as well as coherence, very good improvement that you have shown or displayed to us. For lexical resource, you use delivery, good, and you also what is it? Explain the direction of the restaurant, yeah, by saying in front of my house. Very good, because that is a detailed explanation to be able to describe to the examiners. If the restaurant is still selling the foods, please just use a simple present tense, yeah, Miss Anna. But if the store or the restaurant stopped selling, of course you can use past tense. But if it still keeps selling until today, just use simple present tense, yeah. But that's a good way. I mean, that's a good effort to use past tense, yeah. And for grammatical range, you use simple, compound, complex, modal, idioms, and question. You only need to use if clause and passive voice. Okay, Miss Anna, so sorry. After this, I will contact you on Telegram, yeah, and I will also give you more questions. You can record your voice today or tomorrow, and I will also provide you with proper feedback. Okay. So that's it for today, everyone. So sorry. Yeah, so sorry, Miss Anna. Yeah, thank you so much for actively participating in this class. Thank you, Miss Anna, Miss Olivia, Mr. Anna, Mr. Bobby, and Mr. Ipin. Let's go back. Yeah, let's go back to the main room. Thank you, Mr. Anna. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Oke, makasih Miss